Check one, check two. All right, let's get ready to rock and roll. I see you, Jay. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, this is Eric Kirk, man. I am coming to you live, man. I'm so excited about it. To all the my YouTube subscribers, what's up? I'm live on Facebook. Come on in. It's something I don't normally do, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to do something different tonight. I wanted to have a conversation, and I wanted to come over here where my people was at. And I see some people is already coming in, and I do have the chat. Hopefully, I got the chat room going, and so I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys. And then, if you wanted to come in and be part of this broadcast, I'm gonna post a link, and then you'll have to just copy and paste that link and come on in. And matter of fact, let me just go ahead and do that now. Jay, hold tight because I'm coming your way. Okay, so this is the link. So if you want to join this broadcast live, man, I sure hope you do. If you want to join this broadcast live, you're going to have to type in this link and put it in your browser, and it's going to direct you on how to come into this live. So, but before we get started, and man, I promise you I'm ready to jump into this thing, but I do want to let you know a couple of things, take care of some housekeeping things. So if you're not a part of the Fight for the Family YouTube group, make sure you go over there and become a part of the Fight for the Family YouTube group. Also, you can find us on Instagram, Fight for the Family. We're doing some great things over there. We're changing lives. We're making a difference, and we're doing it one person, one soul at a time. So I definitely want you to come in and join us over there. Also, I want you to know that if you're in the Huntsville and surrounding areas, Then I will be at the Von Braun Civic Center on Saturday, pretty much the whole day. So if you want to come out there, meet and greet, shake hands, uh, uh, Eric Kirk and the Power too will be there. So I definitely want to see you over there. And I believe that's it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this thing. Bobby, I see you, and I'm gonna come right to you guys. But I want to set this thing up. I want to talk about the family, and I want to talk about the condition that we're in. I want to talk about this black family that I believe that is becoming extinct. If you've seen the video that I posted, actually I think it just posted on YouTube today, but I actually did that live a couple of days ago, and I brought up the conversation of the black family becoming extinct, and I laid out some ground rules because I believe that yesterday I just wanted to kind of give you a just the lay down some ground rules on what I felt would be important to understand. But today I want to just have a conversation. I want to talk to you, and I want and but I want to talk about this gender war, okay? Because the reason why I felt like that the family was being attacked. The reason why I felt like that even came up with this whole black family becoming extinct is because I recognized that there was literally a gender war that was happening, and because it came into my spirit, I really didn't want to continue to move about day to day and not really deal with this issue because I seen it. And so one thing that I do want to lay out that I did talk about, yesterday or the day before yesterday, is that, man, everybody can't be right, but at the same time, I understand that everybody believes that they're right. See, I believe that we got two extremes going on. I believe that when you're listening to the guys and you hearing their problem, I believe that that's one side of it that's so valid. But then I also understand that there's another side. There's a female side, and man, they're up in arms and they're saying, "Man, this is what's going on. This is how we feel, and this is the problem that we have." And see, and what I want to do, I want to say, "Hey, we both can't be right, but I understand that you feel that you're right. I understand that that this is your truth." And when I started thinking about that, I started realizing that at one point, even though I can say we both can't be right, I do understand that in your world, man, you're right. In my world, I'm right, and we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna talk about those things. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna prolong this thing because I know I got some brothers over here, man, that's ready to rock and roll. And guys, listen, if it's possible, if you can cut your camera on, man, definitely do that. If you can't, because I know you could be working or whatever, I totally get it. Keep in mind that this is a recorded broadcast, and this broadcast will be repurposed. Okay, so if there is any problem, you can just graciously bow out. But as of right now, we getting ready to rock and roll. I got my man Jay, and I got my man Bobby. Guys, welcome to the broadcast. Hey,
Hey,
so
how's it going?
man, it's going great. So what I want to do, Jay, I'm gonna start with you, man. I want you to just introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are, and then Bobby, I'm gonna come your way.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Well, I'm Jay Wilson. I'm the cousin of this world famous talk show host, and just glad to be a part of it. Join in on the conversation that we're having right now.
All right, that sounds great. Bobby, man, do we have enough time for you to introduce yourself? Because I know you can go in.
Yes, sir, my brother. I ain't got nothing but time. I love these kind of conversations, but for those who don't know me, my name is Bobby Harris. I'm sort of the little big brother of the Kirk family, and I'm here to enjoy this conversation tonight.
And man, I'm glad to have you both here. And guys, man, I'm gonna jump into this thing because I gave a little groundwork of why I want to have this conversation. So this is where we at, guys. Man, we got one side of the table on the guy side where we at, and hopefully we can get some females in here too. But we got on our side of the table, man. We're fighting for our voice. Okay, we're fighting to be heard. We're fighting what I call this modern woman. Okay, and that totally destroys traditional values. Now, I will say that in my understanding and the way I see it is that most men is gonna fall into the line of being more traditional. Okay, but there's been an emerging of this modern woman. And the more this modern woman develops, the more we find the strain and the stress into the black family. The reason why I say that the black family is becoming extinct is because we're not marrying like we used to. We don't value marriage like we used to. We're not we're divorcing at a higher rate than our counterparts. Okay, so we got the more educated we become, the less we see the value in being married. So when we look at those guys, when we look at those situations, what comes to your mind? How do you feel about that? And hey, if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong too. Robin, let me hear from you.
Well, my brother, I'm driving right now, and excuse me if it's a little noise in the background. I'm just driving right now, but I mean, you have a very valid point. The more educated or the modern woman becomes, the more unattractive she becomes to us. Is traditional strong men that's led by our heavenly Father. It's one of them things to where I make good money. I'm very educated. I've got all the statistics in the world of what this new modern woman is symbolized as an alpha woman.
Mm.
But the male is missing. And if you did have a male in your life, he's either cheated, had children on you, and you just can't seem to keep one. So, I mean, it's just, in my perspective, it's just very unattractive because men want wives. We want companionship. We don't want somebody that we got to fight from. As an African American male, we already got to deal with the troubles of this world.
Come on.
Statistical racism that people don't want to say, or they won't say racism, they'll say culturally biased.
Right.
We already got to work 10 to 12 hours, whether you're a business owner or you're a 9 to 5 worker. We already got to struggle with the issues of coming into the new modern woman. We already got to raise children that's not even ours.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you just go back to the animal kingdom, if a lioness meets a new lion, she leaves her cubs out in the wilderness alone. That's just animal instinct. So we got to adapt to kids that's not ours. We got to mend the broken heart that we didn't break. And the only thing that we get in return is the new modern woman who's highly educated, who has everything in this world gone, but we doesn't have submission. Now, don't get it twisted. I love the church just as much as everybody. I love the Lord. I study the Word diligently. But when are the scriptures are gonna when are the scriptures are gonna adequate to the women to where you have to be this type of wife?
Right.
It's like they won't listen to us, but they'll tell us what a man is supposed to be according to our heavenly Father. So how can you listen to the Father, but you won't listen to the things that He gave dominion on earth? It's very confusing. But on the same token, there are no more men left. When 57% of African American men are not married and don't have children. So honestly, what are you looking for?
Mm-hmm. Hey, see, Bobby, this is what that woman's gonna say. The woman's gonna say, "Hey, when you get in line, Bobby, man, I can follow you, and I understand what the Word of God say, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do, man. What are you gonna say about that, Bobby?"
I mean, the only reason they say they're not doing what they're supposed to do because you got to understand it like this, my brother. When it comes to the modern woman, they're not going to do what nobody says do. Because if they did what anybody else says do, this would be a very invalid argument or debate. Very invalid. Everybody wants to be
Man, come
right.
on, Jay.
But when it comes to being married, you either want to be happy or you want to be right. You either want to be led or you want to be
What you
right.
say, Jay?
Which one do you want to be?
Because you can't be both. You can't be both, and that's one of the problems is that what the modern woman the modern woman believes that she can have it all, and not only do she believe that she can have it all, she also believes that she can change it whenever she wants to change it. That puts us in a situation where we really kind of stuck because we don't know, because yesterday you wanted this and today you want something totally different. We're not, and just by our nature we really don't adjust that well. We're creatures of habits, and so what we're looking for is that consistency, and that modern woman is not really equipped to really give you that consistency. But at the same time, this is where I see, and guys, listen, the last thing that I'm going to do, and I know we're talking about this modern woman, and the reason why we're talking about this modern woman, and Jay, I want to hear from you. The reason why we're talking about this modern woman is because uh, uh, they're on a rise right now, and this gender war did not happen until they came into a place where they start realizing what they would say is, "Well, I realize my worth. I realize my value." And what they
That's a
did
good one right there. That's
when
a good
when
one right there.
when you see, this is what I noticed about a man. A man can go out and get degrees, get the promotions, make the money, and he's going to say, "Hey, look, wife, look what I done, and I done all of this for you." Okay, and he's gonna do all of this, and he's gonna say, "Hey, look what I done for you, wife." And then, but the modern woman, she'll go and she get the education, get the money, get the degree, all that. She's gonna become what we call empowered, and is gonna say, "You know what? I can actually do this without you, man." Shauna, I see you. I'm coming your way. Jay.
Hey,
All right,
um,
man. What you say about what we talk about? Are we just making man? Am I making sense? If I'm wrong, you let me know, because I will take correction.
um, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and forgive me, I'm navigating through a couple of things as I listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that came to my mind is something my pastor said, that if you don't understand the purpose of a thing, abuse is inevitable.
Mm,
And I think when people don't understand roles and purpose, you can't help but to abuse it. And I think that's where you gotta take time to see where your belief system is rooted in. Um,
absolutely.
it's four things that impacts your belief system. That's environment, repetitious information, authority figure, and life experience.
That's
And,
good.
when you think about marriage from an environment perspective, what has she seen? Or,
Hmm.
what have you seen as far as what has happened in a marriage? And, when you think about environment, what have you seen from maybe your parents or other people? And how did that impact you? Um, and then when you talk about repetitious information, and I tell you, if you get around the wrong people and they saying, you know, things that are negative and you're hearing it all the time, it'll start becoming a part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then, just, and then, if you look at life based around those four areas and try to evaluate anything around those four areas, you kind of find out where the problem lies.
Man, Jay, man, you got to do this one more time for our, for our note takers. Man, you got environment. You got, I'm not just tell me what those four areas are again.
Um, that impacts your belief system is your environment, repetitious information,
Mm-hmm.
authority figures in your life, and then just life experience,
Hmm.
what you have experienced throughout your life.
And those are four things that dictate or what
Impact your belief system.
impact your belief system.
Mm.
Man, okay, man, that's good. Man, listen, I'm gonna Shauna, you ready to rock? I'm gonna add you in. We guys, we got a female that can that listen. I don't know if she's gonna come in and agree, or I don't know if she's gonna come in and cuss us out. But Shauna, we're talking about the black family and how it's becoming extinct. Yeah, we picking on the females right now, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I see deficiencies on both sides, and what I really want to do is have the conversation, because what I don't want to do is get in the position where you point the finger at somebody, and then we don't go anywhere. Now, if somebody got a TV on or something, if and it's really coming through, so definitely want to be mindful of that, so this broadcast can be as clean as possible. But Shauna, what say ye?
Okay, I came on a little late, so I just heard part of Jay's. So what do you want me to you know?
Oh, so what's your thoughts on the black family becoming extinct now? And just so you can understand where we're at, we're talking about a gender war. We're talking about the war between husband and wife, that war between male and female. Right now, if you have been mindful just a little bit, that you're gonna realize that there's a battle going on. It's almost like a power struggle. You have men that's pulling away and saying that, hey, I'm not going to get married because there's women has lost their way. They went away from traditional value, and now we have a world full of people who wanting to be Instagram models, and then you got a man that say, hey, I just want a traditional value. Okay, then you have a woman who's saying, listen, I have got my education, I got my money now, I make as much as you, and in a lot of cases I make more than you, man. I really don't need you right now. Okay, and what's happening is we that because we're both taking that line, and that's where we at right now. The family as a whole is suffering, and it's becoming extinct. That's where I'm at. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, Um, let me see. I'm just gonna say because Jay said some things, and I won't try to relist what he said, but something that stood out: life experiences.
Mm-hmm.
When he said that, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna speak on that because I could just take my, I'm gonna use me right now. My
Oh,
family, my upbringing. I had both parents to a certain extent, and I'll say it like that.
okay.
But at the same time, I feel like the family is suffering because, I mean, maybe I'm not going the right direction, but the family is suffering and it going becoming extinct because I feel like they both are needed, male and female. They both are needed. But I got a different life experience. Like I said, my dad, he was there but not there. And I'm not trying to put down men, but I don't think I'm not one of those women that think that I don't need a man because I got an education, because I got this, because I'm gonna take what I'm going through right now. I'm raising my oldest grandson, and there's no male in my house, but that male is needed. I got several people that I can go to, that I can help. So I maybe again, maybe I don't quite understand where y'all coming from, what you was asking, but the family life experiences. I'm gonna say that again. Life experiences. Um, I'm not gonna side with the woman just because I'm a woman.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So you telling me that listen, Shauna, they're gonna kick you out of the
It's
club.
all right. It's all right.
Man, you're man, you can't go against the grain like that. What you got your divas and you got your boss chicks and you got man you got all those women that's
Look,
trying to level up and they're saying listen, we need you to come over here and join one of these groups so we can win and so when you say well hey man I'm not gonna side with them. Man, you putting yourself in a dangerous situation.
well, I'm okay with that because I can stand alone. I mean, granted, I've been without a male in my house for years, and I've made it. But I'm not gonna say I ain't never needed them.
So what? See, this is where I'm at. Okay, because see, I needed to hear from you because see, I believe that one of the problems, and Bobby, I want you to speak on this too if you can, because I believe you're gonna understand where I'm coming from. See, I believe that the problem that the women are having is that they don't have a voice like yours, that they can pull from. And I'm gonna tell you what I think, and you kind of help me along with this.
Okay.
See, what I believe is that it's a situation where um, we can say misery love company. We can say hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can use either one of those. But what's happening is you find a woman that has been hurt by a man, and then she's gonna raise her daughter based off of that hurt. And then that process, she's creating generational curses. Okay,
Yep.
and this process goes over and over. So I believe that your voice, that mother's voice, that grandmama's voice, is so important right now. But where are they? Where are those grandmamas that can say, hey, there is a value of a man.
I'm one of those grandmamas. I'm one of those mothers.
The rest of them in their 20s.
So Bobby, that's what the problem is. They
I mean,
grandmamas. Go ahead.
it's like the brother Jay right there just said. It's environmental. You got to think about it. I'm 33 years old. I see grandmothers and daughters, mothers and daughters getting their bodies done, going to the club together, dealing with the same toxic people, individuals.
Mm.
I see it all the time. And the mother, unfortunately, had the daughter by a scrub, so now she's teaching the daughter to date a scrub. And the only thing they're thinking is, okay, have a baby, you don't need the man. Go out, girl. You can make it on your own. Go get you an education and go work. in the pharmacy and Walmart. And don't worry about the man just argue back and forth with the baby daddy. Don't look for a husband
Mm.
because that's the one thing that hurts them more than anything. They looking for somebody else's type. I always say that in relationships. Stop falling for somebody else's type. Find you the ideal man that you're looking for. But you got to position yourself to be a wife first. You're not even in position to be a wife. You're in position to be something somebody would not want. That's why men do not keep you. Men are visual creatures, and we require very little. Very, very little.
Absolutely.
And when you can't even give us the bare minimum or give us little, because one thing I want the modern woman to understand, men don't care nothing about how much money you got. They don't.
None.
And borderline really honestly don't care what you look like. Now I know it's some guys that will argue with me, she's gotta be this, she's gotta be that. Men fall in love with that mother nature that y'all have. That's
Wow.
what we fall in love with. That comfort, that security, that reassurance. Well, not reassurance, because men have another word that they say reassurance. We have affirmations that we love. Like that support system, that knowing that the world is beating us up, but we can come home to you to peace and quiet, and you can give us an extra little bit of push to get us to go, get up and go where we want to go. We don't want somebody that we got to combat with. We don't need that. There's no reason for that. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. You don't want to hear an argument and pay bills at the same time. No man on earth wants to do that.
Preach that, boy. Come on.
And then we got to do that because of your environment. Your environment, you got 5 other toxic friends that's doing the same thing that you do. Men do the same thing, but you got 5 other toxic friends. Your husband cheated on you. She's still living with the husband, and the husband got another wife outside of that. The other one just got babies galore. The other one, she's just borderline on suicide watch. And you wondering what's wrong with you. You are what you attract. This is the law of attraction. You are what you attract. Step back and fix yourself. It's 9 types of women that men should stay away from, 9 types of men that women should stay from. Insecurities is the number one thing. Those people take from you. They take your energy. They take your essence. They take everything about you that's motivational. Our women are dying for wanting a degree and don't even understand how to manage money.
Mm.
You want to spend, because I noticed this a lot. They're 40 plus trying to chase a master's degree, and there's nothing wrong with a degree, but
Right.
a degree benefits you more when you're in your early 30s versus trying to make a lot of money now and buy a house when you're 45. The average mortgage is 15 to 30 years. Let me know how that spells out when you're trying to retire at 60.
But I never could understand. Now, I would never knock anybody for doing this, but I never could understand that, 45, 50-year-old, to say, hey, I want to go back to school and get my master's or whatever. I never could understand it.
But some men that are business savvy, like me and you and Brother Jay, we understand business. We understand the power of credit, business credit, utilizing your talent versus going in for $17, $25 an hour. Because anybody can do the math. $25 an hour ain't nothing but a little bit close to $50,000 a year.
Right.
If you get overtime, bump it up to 55 to 60. And once you hit 60 as a tax preparer, once you hit 60, you're in another tax break.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to lose even more money. We got to understand. See, the thing with our women is our women should learn to trust us. Don't talk about how a white man shot us. And you want to march and say Black Lives Matter. Don't talk about that when we, in a sense, now we may matter to the beautiful sister that's on here, but the other 95%, the only time we matter is when we're spending money to satisfy you. You have to look in the mirror at yourself. Like, and I say this to women: if his third baby mama didn't work, why would you work? What's so special about you? Because I hate to say this, your garden ain't no different than her garden. An apple tree is an apple tree.
You're still picking them apples.
You're still picking the same apples, but the sad part about it is you're picking your apples off the ground versus picking your apples from the tree. See, that's what's wrong with us. And I'm 33 years old, but see, the thing that separates me is I actually studied myself because I lost my mother last year.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
But the one thing that I did learn from my mother is I adapted a lot of likes for toxic women because my environment was coming from her. The way the relationship between her and my father, I had to sit back and analyze that because I didn't want my children to grow up in with toxic curses. I had to
Okay.
break that curse. I had to, and I had to go. I've seen therapy. I prayed about it, and now I'm starting to understand the mistakes that I've made. The women that I have. If you just sit back and listen to whoever coming in and out of your life, you'll find out a lot about them about a conversation. The type two of the woman that you need, or man, you need to stay from. Negative Nancy. They ain't got nothing good to say. Nothing good. They're always tired. They've always exhausted. Well, I don't never want to do that with my life. I never want to do this with my life. I never want to do that with my life. Man, what do you want to do?
Bobby, that's the most draining person that you can ever be around. I promise you.
You're gonna. It's just boring to the point to where you don't even want to call them. She's asking, you don't want to call him or her, and you don't want to say that, so you're just saying I got busy. Now you're telling a lie to keep away from them,
Right.
and it happens, and we just don't understand. We allowed so many people to put knives in our back. We don't even understand God's purpose for us. And as a business owner, before you understand what, because passion ain't nothing but employment and self-employment. That's all it is.
Mm.
Purpose is an owner and investor. When you figure out your purpose for God, your God's purpose for you, that's when you understand that owner and investor. That's when you become more wealthy than you've ever in your life understood. That's when your husband is going to come. That's when your wife is going to become. There's
Mm.
nothing wrong with making mistakes because we was born into this world of sin. Jeremiah 31:31 says he's going to make a new covenant with us when he gets back. So
That's
stop
right.
trying to run from sin. Stop trying to run from sin because you're going to do it. It's 10 commandments, but there's over 614 laws that we break every day.
Mm.
And, you know, I can go deeper and deeper into this, but I'm trying to stay on topic.
I love it. I love it.
But we got to own up to who we are, accept our faults, and I want our women to accept us for who we are. Because if black lives really matter, when are black men gonna matter?
Come
Strong
on,
black
man.
men. I'm not talking about your baby daddy, not the drug dealer, because I done sold my share of drugs. I done did all my share of wrongs. Trust me, I was 19 years old. I ain't had nothing but a shoebox and a pistol and maybe a quarter bag of weed because I done sold the most of it. So I had to have some to keep myself stimulated. But when are y'all gonna understand that we don't need a woman with her body made? We need a woman that's gonna complete our body, because we are the dominion that God gave us. God gave us dominion. The other half of the body is y'all. When it comes to this whole thing,
Man, that's some good stuff, Bobby. Man, that's good
and
stuff. I love
and
it.
until we get that body, the black man will never take his position here on earth. That's why this gender war was started. They don't understand it, but welfare, child support, income tax season, y'all having a better job than us because there's a 60 out of 40% chance y'all will get the six-figure job before we do.
Right.
So that all of that was created for a reason. That's to stop y'all from reproducing us.
And
There
and
is a there is a go ahead, my bro. Go ahead.
what now I don't want you to stop, but I want to interject real quick because the black woman, that modern woman, don't understand that part where this thing was designed, all the way, back in Jim Crow, was designed that, to say, hey, there's a way that we can destroy this black family. See, what I want you to understand is that this is really a product, a product of where you was heading. So keep going where you going.
Because and I'll touch on the Jim Crow law and the Willie Lynch letter because I've read a plethora of books. See, unlike most dudes with a closet full of J's, I actually have an encyclopedia and a library inside my apartment.
There you go.
It's a reason this happened. It's a reason this happening. And my number one issue with black men is too many women raising us by themselves. That's why you have these simps versus these alpha males.
Mm-hmm.
These men that don't know how to step up and be men is because we're raised on emotion.
Mm-hmm.
We're built off emotion. We are needed. We are the key essential piece in this body that I was taught referencing to earlier. The modern woman is a tool designed by our enemy to destroy the world. Because if women would only understand, I'm gonna reference the Bible again. I'm not trying to go there because I don't need another Bible to pastor comment today. I done had 5 of them.
Hey, well, you let it flow. But I don't want you to. I don't want you quenching no spirit. I want you to let it flow.
Oh no, 'cause it's gonna come. This gonna come. If women would understand, if the thing that was created from our rib would only understand why Satan attacked them first in the garden, they would have a
Mm,
completely different understanding. It's a reason why he attacked you first. You're the Pharisee. You're the one that's going to be led by the emotions of believing that it's right. Because even to this day, a new bad apple could come into your life and sweet talk you, and you fall for it and you repeat the same cycle. Versus being led, because he knew better than to go to Adam. Adam wasn't finna fall for that.
right. Come on, Bobby.
He knew better than
Mm.
that. Satan is a master of manipulation. He's a master of manipulation. But who's the easiest to manipulate, the head or the rib? The rib is an easier shot to hit in fighting than it is the head.
Right.
So I would attack the rib before I would attack them. But see,
Mm,
we lost that power courtesy of this system in this way that we live in. See, our women don't see us managing a checkbook. Our women don't see us owning a business. Our women don't see us doing these types of things. The reason they don't see us because most of the good men, they're either single, unmarried, incarcerated, and I mean, I hate to say it this way. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but they've been so mentally and morally destroyed. They even like men now.
mm-hmm.
And I can't sit up here and say that I'm a lover of my father and accept an abomination that mocks his very creation, because I was created for somebody. I was created to be a husband. I strive to be a husband, but I am a leader first. I am a head. I can't deal with a woman talking to me any kind of way. I can't deal with someone who doesn't who thinks submission is slavery versus being obedient. So how can
Right.
you? I just want to honestly know from the again. I love the church. I love the Lord. I don't. Please don't reference that Bible. Don't fool with the church no more. I just don't understand how can you strive to be diligent to our heavenly Father, but you can't even be diligent to the thing that He gave dominion to protect you.
Come on.
Because those days are coming to where you're gonna want to be protected by a man.
That's
You
right.
can't. That's why they have dogs the same size as them. You ever notice most of the modern women got Yorkies, teacup Yorkies, bathtub Yorkies, a dog that, and
And
they
they
don't
trying to
got a
get them
dog
smaller
that
and
really.
smaller.
But you ever notice, and this is free game for a woman, the true essence of a man is a dog. It's
Mm.
true when they say all men are dogs. I'm finna break this down.
Come on.
You ever notice a woman who has a pit bull, cane corso, Rottweiler, German Shepherd, husky? You ever notice when those dogs are treated well, you cannot touch their master?
Mm. You're right.
But you ever notice when those dogs are treated bad, they'll find another master.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go off and seek food from somewhere else. Because that master knows to leave the food right there and let him wheel his way in. And then now
Right.
he finds a new master. That's why that man is cheating on you. Because he's found a new master that gives him the affirmations and the love and the desire that he needs. And he'll kill for that new master. But he'll run away from you.
It's just our nature. That's what you're saying.
It's our nature to do that.
Mm.
See, you got to understand this. The male's nature we require a little, but it's very complex to the mind that doesn't sit and understand these types of things. See, we listen to everybody else from Kevin Samuels to Derek Jackson. The list goes on and on and on. Why are you letting YouTube influence you for a husband you don't even have yet?
Mm.
These guys are married. They going to their wives. They love their wives. They're going to do everything in this power to keep their homes happy. Same thing with these women, these men chasing these women. Why are you trying to go? Why are you looking for a woman that don't mind being naked on Instagram?
Right.
That's not your woman. She for everybody, as we would say in the street. She's for everybody. Her
Bobby,
insecurities and self-esteem is so low, it will kill you to even be with her. You might as well just put the gun to your head and kill yourself.
boy, but those Instagram models aren't getting married, are they?
No, Hey, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've dated a few strippers. I'm just gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
the truth on this podcast. That's what you brought me on here for, my brother,
Yes,
and I
sir.
appreciate it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell the truth for you. Most of these Instagram models and strippers are so terrible, it's unreal. They don't got a lot of money.
Right.
Cause I'm gonna tell you something. 100 ones looks a whole lot bigger than a single $100 bill.
Right.
They drive the worst of the worst cars. Y'all want to be like Melissa Ford. Melissa Ford drives a Honda Accord.
Mm.
You want to be Meg Thee Stallion, but Meg Thee Stallion is as green as grass. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't realize that she signed a 360 deal. Everybody touches their money before she does. She
Mm.
did one album and the record, and it was so trash that the record company wants 2 more albums. So it's a hot girl summer, but you're not understanding this hot girl summer is a very cold winter when you're by yourself.
Mm.
So you have to understand these things. These women is not the type of women that you want. They say you don't want to date a plus size woman. What's wrong with a plus size woman? So you want a petite woman, and you want this and you want that. You have to understand, dog. You got to be what you want to find.
Right.
You can't have a baby by, you know. I ain't, this is a respectful podcast. You can't have a baby by a certain type of woman and sit out here and pledge to the world of what kind of woman you want. You got to break your own curse first, my boy.
That's it.
You got to
That's
break
it.
your own curse first.
I want to ask a question, man, and because we got about 15 minutes on this broadcast, and maybe well, a little bit less than that. Um, but I don't want to. I want to leave with some hope. Okay. And so, Jay, if you with me, man, I want you to answer a question. I want everybody to kind of tap in on this. Um, the question is, where, how do we move forward into bringing the family back to the forefront, back to its glory, back to its heyday? You know what I'm saying? What do we need to do? And you can speak on it, and say, well, as a man, this is what I think should happen. If Shauna, as a female, you say, this is what I think. What I don't want is to say, I don't want to end with the pointing the finger at someone. You know what I'm saying? But the best you got. What do you feel, Jay? Starting with you, then Shauna, then Bobby. You can close it out. What do you feel that we need to do, man, to bring this family back together?
Um, well, first, Bobby, I appreciate everything you said, man. Everything you said was excellent. Um, and Eric, from my perspective, I think first you have to it has to be a willingness to on both sides to want to bring a family to the point where God created them to be. Um,
Mm.
and and I know for myself, I always said to myself, I don't, you know, whatever I'm looking for, I got to be that. And I think people have
Mm.
to, kind of take that mindset. You can't have all these expectations on somebody, and you don't have no expectations on yourself.
That's
Um,
good.
and I also think that, for myself, when you got two people coming from two different environments, you have to find common ground. And the only common ground that I know is what the word says. And if we're
Mm.
trying to figure out, how a family is supposed to be, the roles, the purpose of a man, the roles and purpose of a woman, even the roles and purposes of children,
That's
then
right.
you have to start with that common ground, which is the word of God. So I think it has to be a willingness for both parties to want to focus on that and try to, focus your lives around that because, a woman making a lot of money, that don't change her role.
Doesn't change the
If I
role.
if
That's a
a
good one.
woman's making more than me, that don't change my role.
That's right.
So,
That's good.
I mean, we got to let all these other outside influences go and focus in on what 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 truly is, and that's the word when it pertains to family.
Hmm. That's good, man. You know, one of the things that one of the things that I said on my the broadcast the other day, and I just want to share it real quick. Um, God created Adam, and when He created Adam, He created a perfect being. He how exactly how the God envisioned Adam. That's what He created. But what I want our women to understand, okay, and because I don't want people to say, or to feel like, especially me or anybody, on the broadcast is against women, because this is what I believe. This is what I know, that as good as Adam was, God looked at him and said, in order for you to live out the purpose, your purpose, in order for you to be the best you can be, Adam, I'm going to give you some help. And then He created Eve. See, that's how important. And see, I believe and even when you go to, I don't have a shameless plug for my book. This my, I'm like, hey, it's my book. But this is one of the things that I deal with in the power too, is going back to the basics and saying, you know what, man, God had a plan for us, okay, and in order for us to live out, our purpose and our plan, then we really have to go back to the family unit, because I believe in all my heart that He developed everything to work through the family. You destroy the family, man, you're gonna destroy the community. You're gonna get the city. You're gonna get the state, and man, then you're gonna get God's kingdom, just because of this, the breakdown of the family. Mr. Harris, close us out, brother.
Yes, sir, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna say this right here, my brother. When it comes to what can we do,
Mm-hmm.
if you are the alpha male,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what you desire, you're gonna have to get you're gonna in these days and times you're gonna have to be right with our heavenly Father. That's just that on that. You're gonna have to really, really endure some things. You really gonna have to understand these things. What it says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, resort, rebuke with all long suffering. You're gonna have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to really just remain grounded in that, because if you don't, this world's gonna tear you apart. These modern women is gonna destroy us. These things like this, because I'm just being honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
When you become grounded in who you are and you position yourself to be the king that the Most High designed you to be, your queen is just right there. It might not be
Mm.
what you think it is, but it's what you need.
That's right.
One thing about our heavenly Father that's really, really great. The things that we want always come on time, and it's always the things that we need to get to the life that He got for us. It's always that, and that's our meal ticket for us. That woman, that righteously woman that we want, she's not that Instagram model. Because I
Mm-hmm.
got a message for all the Instagram models in this modern day woman. It says this in the Bible too: a clamorous woman is foolish and knoweth nothing, and a
Mm.
shameless woman should be counted as a dog. See, we're not gonna talk about these scriptures. We're not gonna talk about these. See, that's just my biggest problem. We that's my biggest problem with a lot of it. And again, I'm gonna say this again. I love the church. I love the Lord. There's nothing wrong with this, but we got to start talking about the punishment and teaching the kingdom versus just preaching about
Come
how good the
on.
blessings are. We got to
Yeah, get
start
some
talking about the
holiness going
punishment,
on.
because I'm gonna be honest with you. This heathenistic world we live in is facing a punishment that you have no idea what it's really going to be like.
My,
Now I know
my,
they say
my.
the day of the Lord is going to be a beautiful thing, but I'm gonna be honest with you. For someone that tells us to endure to the end, you know it's going to be hell on earth, right?
My, come on, come
before
on.
we get to before we get to these things. See,
There's a reason why we
I'm
got to
striving
endure,
to
huh?
be what it's a reason why it's gonna be hell on earth. We talking about our Father who said He's gonna cut off 2/3 of His own people. Only 1/3 shall inherit the earth,
Mm,
and only 144 help Him fight this world that we living in. It ain't a lot of us. That ain't a lot if you just know math.
right.
So
But see, Bobby,
just stay diligent,
that's
my
what
brother.
that's why it's so important. Man, you listen, I appreciate you, Bobby. Jay, I appreciate you. Listen, this is why this thing is so important. God put this on my heart. Listen, I said, man, I had to be obedient. You know, I had to, you know, it was tugging in my heart for so many months, and I said, man, I have to do this. I said, I don't know nothing about a podcast. I'm so grateful and so thankful, man, that I got some brothers like you guys, you know, that would come on and help me hold up, you know, and stand in the gap for me, you know, and I appreciate it. Guys, listen, you are forever welcome. I'm going to, you know, I'm on a mission right now, and I'm going to, you know, I'm going to keep hammering this because, you know, Bobby, you mentioned the Kevin Samuels, and then you know, there's a, he's fighting the modern women, and both of those sides are a string, and then but there's
Protect
some
this,
called a
protect
balance.
this brother at all costs. Protect him at
That's
all
right.
costs because Kevin
Th-
Samuels is a gem that we really just don't deserve. I'm just being honest.
That's that's
I'm
exactly
just being
right.
honest.
That's
Protect him at
exactly
all
right.
costs.
And because because that it's a spirit, it's a spirit, and Bobby, very soon I'm going to be breaking down where that spirit comes from, and I thought you was gonna hit on it, but you definitely in the in the right vein. But I'm waiting. I'm working on some things, and I'm going to show you guys exactly where that spirit came from and exactly where how it's been operating in the modern woman right now.
Oh, I can break
It's
that
been
down, brother.
laid
You just can
dormant.
give me them kind of instructions. You gotta give me instructions, brother. I can break that down. I can break that down
Hey,
for you.
we
We'll say that for the next one.
that's right, man. I love it. Hey guys, but listen, man. Now, once again, my name is Eric Kirk, and I am the author of the Power Two. And on Instagram, you know, I'm Eric Kirk, the relationship guy. Definitely follow me on my YouTube channel, um, the Fight for the Family, guys. We're gonna have to stand in the gap. We got a lot of work to do, but it's not over, and we will win. So, guys, until next time, man. I love you, and I'll see you on the next episode.
All right, my brother. Take it
All
easy.
right, take care now.